Hello everyone, today I will be giving some tips and advice for year 12s that have just started sixth form or college. I have just started year 13 and now that I've gone through year 12 I feel like I have this plethora of knowledge that I can share. Okay, so I'm going to start off with some general advice. One of the main tips that I'm going to be circling around is the fact that year 12 is the year to figure things out. It's to get used to what sixth form is like and really figure out, what revision methods work for you, what to bring, even what university course that you want to go to. Year 12 is the year to figure that all out. So in terms of university and your career paths, year 12 is also the year to research into that. You want to try figure out what universities you want to apply to, and attend lots of open days, as many as you can within this year, so that you don't have to worry about that in year 13. And even if you don't want to go to university, start looking into apprenticeships, what you need to do to get into those apprenticeships. Year 12 is the year to really knuckle down. Along with open days, try and attend as many lessons as you can, because you don't want to fall behind with content and you want to learn with your teacher, so that if you have any questions you can ask them there and then. This also means you won't have to catch up at home and you can focus your attention on revision. One thing that I will say, I know this is starting off on quite a serious note, but in year 12 you really go through some lows. A lot of the people who I spoke to had similar experiences, so try focus on your health. Don't skip any lessons, just go to them, get your content down, and then that way you will at least have the foundation that you need for all content, and so that you can build upon that in year 13. This also applies to freeze. I know that there is no point in saying that don't waste your freeze because it's year 12. It's quite exciting to get into sixth form or college and have those free periods with your friends. I think that you should have a balance of some frees where you do hang out with friends and play cards or whatever. In other study periods you have homework and you start on revision and things like that, especially when it's mock season, or in my school we call them VMAs. Try to take it as seriously as possible because those contribute to your predicted grades. Another thing that I wanted to say was, don't take every setback too heavily. You're going to make mistakes and that's totally fine, but just take that setback as a learning opportunity. I heard someone a couple of days ago say, minor setback, major comeback, and that needs to be your motto for this year. You kind of just have to learn to brush things off, learn from them and move on, because if you let getting just one bad grade affect you for the rest of the year, you're only going to affect the rest of your revision and the rest of your learning, and that's going to have a knock-on effect. Plan your revision the weekend before for the rest of the week. Mainly just tasks that you want to get done, to not give yourself a time limit on revision. It's more about the quality of your revision rather than the quantity of time. One thing that I did was I would do the subject that I did not like revising or learning first, and then the subject I liked revising and learning the most last, and that was kind of a way of rewarding myself after revising something that I had to kind of push through, to then revising something that felt like a breeze. One of the biggest distractions is your phone. So my biggest tip is to either put something on a YouTube video or Netflix or something, or film yourself. That will automatically make you want to have an aesthetic video of you revising, so you won't take as many breaks, and because you're filming yourself with your phone you won't be on your phone either, and you will just have a lot more productive revision session. Note-taking in class will impact your revision. This is why attending lessons is so important, because once you have made the notes, then you can come home and consolidate them straight away rather than needing to catch up and feeling stressed that you're behind. Make your notes detailed but also concise. You don't want to fall behind in lesson either. Personally, I feel if my notes are well laid out and well structured and they have a bit of colour, I'm more likely to retain that information. If you feel that's actually just futile in your case, then that's fine. Just make some good detailed notes. When it comes to note taking, if you are copying basically from a slide, you're not going to be able to retain that information as well. You kind of need to summarize, take out the keywords and almost write it in your own words. That way you will remember what you've learnt and it will come to you a lot easier rather than just this robotic sense of copying from the board and writing it down. On days of exams, one of my biggest tips is to wake up early and get to school early, because you will avoid that exam rush. You don't need to cram if you've revised properly, so just kind of refresh yourself, kind of go over any last minute things. I won't sugarcoat it. Year 12 and year 13 are really hard years. Exams especially are just so exhausting and you feel like you just have so much on your plate. So you know what, if you do need 5 minutes to just breathe or cry, take them. You will feel a lot better. You shouldn't need to feel embarrassed or guilty because, you know, you're stressed out. Everyone goes through this. You're not alone. And everyone kind of understands. I do A-level sociology, maths and business. So I've got a few tips that are related to essay-based subjects like sociology and business, and I've got some tips based on A-level maths. In terms of essay-based subjects, consolidate content as you go. One of the main ways that I attempted to consolidate content in sociology was through using knowledge organizers. This encourages you to, you know, consolidate knowledge very, very concisely. And in the beginning, this was very useful, but I found that at times that the boxes were too small. Instead, what I did was consolidating on like these A4 sheets of lined paper. And this has, you know, helped me a lot more. And from this, what I will do, use this to create that mind map or that revision resource. To show you an example, this is one that I created for sampling methods. This is for applied maths. I think that you should, you know, consolidate your content and use that, make your revision resource. It makes life a lot easier because you know that what you've written down is important. One of the main ways to revise an essay-based subject is through exam questions. No matter how much consolidation you do, no matter how many revision resources you make, you need to be able to apply that content to the question. That's the only way you can familiarize yourself with the language written in exam papers and also with the mark schemes. And you can also learn how you write, what kind of tone you use, what kind of language you need to start using, if you need to be a bit more critical. You should get a lot of this feedback from your teachers. You know, if you do like a practice 12 marker, use their feedback to then improve. Find your voice when you're writing essays. It's okay to add humor. It's okay to talk about something that, you know, you're interested in. So as long as you follow the structure and your writing is not robotic, you will probably have a really strong answer. For maths A-level, I think that one of the best ways that I consolidated knowledge was through watching videos. I would really recommend Zishan, Bison Maths and TL Maths. They go through examples in real time, so you can also follow along with them. I would really recommend getting a whiteboard. It doesn't have to be big. Use that for when you're working out. If you do make a mistake, you can quickly just rub it out, fix your answer. In exams, you need to kind of identify what the question is asking you to do and what topic it's actually referring to. What working out the question is specifically asking you to do, what method that they want you to show. It depends on how you adjust into A-level maths. For me, the transition was quite hard. In the beginning, I definitely felt like I was kind of falling behind, but in reality, you're not the only one. It is a hard subject and you don't need to feel embarrassed by that at all. It is okay to ask your teachers for help. If you do ask your teachers for help, they will see that you are putting that extra effort in, you are trying to get that grade, and that will possibly impact the predicted grade that they give you. Don't be afraid at all. I would recommend using PMT, so Physics and Maths Tutor, or Maths Genie. You can use them to test your knowledge and see where you're at and also push yourself. The struggle is worthwhile. You will kind of remember it more if you've struggled and then you figured out the right way and then you got the answer rather than just going to the answer straight away and copying it down. This is the summer holiday where you need to grind. This is the time where you consolidate all your content from year 12. Catch up on any missed lessons. So some websites that I would also really recommend for work experience are Speakers for Schools, Access Aspiration and up the up tree. Use them to enhance your personal statement and also gain that extra knowledge and experience. If you do want to go into medicine, one of my friends recommended the STARS program. That one had helped her solidify her decision and gave her a lot of hands-on experience into what it would be like in a lab. Universities and apprenticeships, they want to see your dedication to the subject. They want to see your eagerness and you taking that extra mile to supplement and enhance your knowledge. And this doesn't just apply to work experiences and placements, it also applies to wider reading, lectures, participating in activities at school. Anything that is related to your subject or shows who you are as a person can be written in your personal statement. For example, if you are someone who wants to go into politics and you are in the student council committee at your school, you can write that down and talk about how you're an active member of your community and want to make a change. It's small things like that that really show who you are as a person. Also, teachers will write a reference for you if you're applying to UCAS, and I'm pretty sure for other things as well. So keep a record of everything that you have done, including work placements, opportunities, participating in parents' evening, participating in school assemblies, being part of a society. If you were volunteering at school, write everything down. And on Unifrog, if you have Unifrog, there is a specific section where you can log everything. If you have this, you can just give it to your teacher and that will make their lives so much easier and make them want to write an even better reference for you. So that's a little tip. So regarding what to bring to sixth form or college, it really depends on your subject and also what type of school you're going to. So my sixth form is attached to a secondary, so they provide us with all the textbooks and also all our exercise books, so I don't really need a day folder or anything. Even when it comes to stationery, I found that I only need very basic stuff, but I did find out that I do need scissors and glue sticks a lot more than I expected to. You really don't need too much when it comes to resources that are extra. When it comes to bags, this is the bag that I took to year 12. As you can see, the straps have started to fall apart, and also the zip inside just completely broke. If you have big textbooks or a lot of revision materials to take to school one day, or even your laptop, a bag like this will not last you the whole 2 or 3 years. When it comes to laptops or iPads, it really depends on what subjects you're doing. I did EPQ, so I thought having a laptop would be better, and it was. If you're, for example, doing maths and mostly STEM subjects, an iPad might be better because then you can do practice questions, working out a lot better than typing. This is the bag that I am taking to year 13. I got it from Accessorize. It doesn't have a zip to avoid the situation from year 12, and also its straps are a lot more durable, and this compartment is actually detachable, so if I wanted to, I could remove the pouch in the middle and just have this big empty bag. Other bags that I have seen people take a lot to school are the Longchamp, like tote bags or shopper bags, and also just regular backpacks because they work and they are versatile. One thing that I would really recommend taking to school is mints. If I ever feel tired at school, I just take a mint and I feel a lot more energized and awake. Another thing that I recommend that you figure out in year 12 is a way to track your time. I prefer academic diaries because it's just nice for me to have a visual. If this does not work for you, then my friends use an online calendar. I know people who just use a whiteboard. Find a way to track your time and plan, because that will help your revision so much and help you structure your days a lot better. I would say plan your outfits on the Sunday before. That would just make my mornings a lot more smoother and a lot less stressful because I'm not figuring out what I have to wear. I'm not having a breakdown that I don't have any clothes, and overall I'm a lot more calmer in the morning and I'm ready to start my day at school and learn. So don't stress at all over if you're repeating an outfit or not. Honestly, no one is going to say anything at all. And that is it for my year 12 tips and advice. I really hope that you found them helpful. This is the year that you set a good foundation. Put in the work for school, but also put in the work for yourself. So yeah.